guys, and welcome back to my channel. And today's video is going to be the start of a new series that I have been planning for so long. And I know that a lot of times when I say that, I do say it very often because I have so many series and so many ideas that I'm planning on doing any which ways. But yeah, this particular series I'm going to call it the this or that series. So basically I'm going to compare two products. They can be like two fragrances, two makeup products, two skincare products, any two products basically that are obviously of the same category that I personally feel like are comparable, are very similar to each other. And we're going to kind of like put them in a battlefield together, and I'm going to determine for me personally which product is better. I'm obviously going to give you the pros and cons and features of each of these products, because even though I might choose a particular product, you might end up thinking or feeling that the other product is more suitable or apt for you personally. So doesn't mean that if I think that one product is better for me, the same product is going to be better for you as well. So yeah, any which ways, today we have a fragrance that I really love. I obviously have just a decant of it because it's a very expensive luxury designer perfume, and that is Scentz Eau Fraiche. Now I do love this perfume. You can clearly see that I don't have a lot left in the decant. When I bought this decant, it was 6 ml, so I had product till like the label, and obviously you can see that I have clearly used a good amount of it. Now this is a very beautiful scent that I really like. It's probably one of the only Chanel perfumes that I actually think would be for me. Some of the other ones I feel like are either too mature for me or too dated, even really old, or not my style. This is the only one that I feel like I would like for me personally. That being said, it's a very expensive perfume. Of course, it's Chanel, so it's going to be expensive. And the main reason why I cannot justify getting the full size of this is, of course, because it's so expensive, but also because it's a fresh scent and it doesn't last super long throughout the day. So it doesn't make sense for me to spend so much money on a super expensive perfume that's not even going to last throughout the day. Now I obviously don't blame the fragrance itself, because the notes are such that fresh scents don't generally last that long throughout the day. So I don't really blame the perfume itself. But I did discover that the brand Scentz Perfumes makes a perfume which they like to call Scentz. So according to them, I guess they're trying to duplicate or like make a more inexpensive version of the original Scentz, which I also have tried, by the way. So the difference between Scentz and the Eau Fraiche, just to simplify it, is that the original Scentz is more of like a straight up musky scent, whereas Eau Fraiche has that more citrusy, fresh aspect to it. Now the Scentz Perfumes version of Scentz that they like to call this, to me smells very much like the Eau Fraiche. So that's why in this video we're going to put these two side by side and we're going to compare them and see which one in my personal opinion is actually worth it, what the pros and cons of both of these products are. And at the end of it, I'm going to decide which one I will decide to get a full-size bottle of, because I obviously want to. I'm just not able to figure out which one would be worth it. So yeah, I'm going to spray one side of my body, so like behind my ear, right here near my neck, on my wrist, and also inside my elbow with one perfume, and on the other side I'm going to do the exact same places but with the other perfume. So yeah, let's go. Okay, so now that I have sprayed both of them on either parts of my body, I can tell you that when you first spray them, the Eau Fraiche smells fresh and musky at the same time. So you have the typical Scentz and the Chanel musk to it, but at the same time it's also smell fresh. So I would say it's 50% of both. On the other hand, the Scentz Perfumes version doesn't smell as musky as this one does. I feel like this smells a little bit more fresh, but it's got just musk to like ground the scent. So it doesn't smell like, I want to somewhere compare it to like Dolce & Gabbana light blue, just because that one, when you spray, you only smell like lemony freshness. So this particular one, the Scentz Perfume one, is not like that, where it just smells fresh and citrusy, and it doesn't smell of anything else. There is definitely musk to like ground it, but I would say this one is 75% fresh and then 25% musk. So there's definitely more musk here and a little bit less here. There's more freshness here and equal amounts of freshness here. So when you first spray it on, that's the only difference that I can personally notice. Apart from that, both of them smell pretty much the exact same. And I also made sure to spray the same amount of perfume on both the sides, because we will be testing out the longevity throughout the day as well. So yeah. Hey guys, so it's been 2 days since you last saw me, where I was comparing these two perfumes, and I did a full day wear test. I also wore them yesterday. In fact, I wore this one specifically yesterday as well, just to test out the longevity and how the whole fragrance changes throughout the day. I just wanted to make sure that my opinions were true, and I finally have my thoughts and opinions on this, and yeah, I'm gonna share them with you. So starting with first the OG, we have Chanel Scentz Eau Fraiche, and I have a decant of this particular one, and then we have Scentz Chanel Scentz as well. So we'll start with this first. So my thoughts and opinions on this would be that this is, like I mentioned, a 50% fresh and a 50% musky perfume. And what I really love about this perfume, if we have to break down the pros and the cons, is that first of all, it's a very, of course, original scent, and I would say that this is not like any other designer perfume that I've ever smelled, to be very, very honest. It's very unique. At the same time, it's something mass pleasing. I feel like a lot of people will like this, and a lot of people do like it. This perfume has a lot of it's got a cult following, I feel like, as well. A lot of people really, really like it, and the ones who love it absolutely love it and can justify even paying the full price for it. So that would be one pro. The other pro, I would say, is that the scent is very dynamic, in the sense that wherever you smell a whiff of this, when you're wearing it, you're going to be like, oh wow, that's so amazing. Well, a feeling. For me personally, I do really, really love it. That being said, if I have to compare these two particularly, I would say that I do prefer this one a little bit more, because it's got less muskiness to it. So for that reason, if I had to like compare the two, this one would not be my first pick. Also, if you talk about some of the cons, like the longevity, of course the longevity is not great, which again, I am not comparing the two together in terms of longevity. I'm talking about the longevity of this on its own is not that great, specifically for how expensive Chanel is. But it's also a fresh fragrance, and any fresh fragrance that you get typically is not very, very long lasting. So I feel like you cannot particularly blame them for that particular thing. But I'm just someone who's like, if a fragrance is gonna just last like 3 or 4 hours or maybe 5 hours on my skin, then I don't want to spend like a lot of money on it, because I'm gonna have to either keep reapplying it or carrying it around, or always having a decant. I'm also gonna go through it quickly if I'm gonna reapply throughout the day and stuff. So I just don't want to take so many efforts for an expensive perfume. If it was inexpensive, I would still understand, but if it's so expensive, it's like, what am I exactly paying for? Am I paying for the name? Am I paying for the scent? What am I paying for really here? So yeah, for that reason, it's a big bummer, and that's the reason why I wanted to find a scent that is similar, and is at a fraction of the price, but is as good. And that's when I bumped into this one. This is the Scentz Perfumes Chanel Scentz creation that they have going on now. This one, the reason why I'm comparing them in this video is because this does smell pretty close to Chanel Scentz Eau Fraiche. That being said, when you wear it throughout the day, what I have noticed is that throughout the day, like when you first spray it, it does smell very very similar to Eau Fraiche, but then as you wear it throughout the day, the scent definitely changes as well on this, and it starts losing that Eau Fraiche DNA, and it becomes more fresh, fruity, really nice and feminine smelling, which I do like. So that's what I actually prefer with this as compared to this, which is a little bit more on the muskier side. So I do really like this. But the biggest con that I have with this one is that the longevity is like even worse than Eau Fraiche. This, I would say, you can smell the Eau Fraiche DNA for like 10 minutes, and then once that is gone, it smells very close to the skin. It's like the sillage is completely gone. Anyone who's around you will naturally be able to smell this on you. The only person who can smell this is you, and that too, like if you've sprayed it on your wrist and you take your hand super close, you can smell it. Otherwise you will not be able to smell it. And I would say after like maybe 20-30 minutes or so, it just keeps getting fainter and fainter and fainter, and it just disappears within like an hour or so, I would say. And that is very very disappointing. That is very 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 disappointing with this particular perfume. I really really wish that it would last a little bit longer. Even if it lasted for as long as this one does, like 4 to 5 hours, I would be happy. But this barely lasts. Like this is something that I would personally, like if I had to use up whatever I had left, I would just use it up as, something to spray around in my room. Maybe like, sometimes you get odor and stuff from things, so I would just use this as a room spray, or I would use this as maybe to have in my makeup pouch and carry to work. And maybe like if I forgot to spray perfume on a particular day, or maybe I'm in the evening, like just before I'm leaving from work, if I feel like my perfume is completely faded and I just need something to like reach home and not smell bad till then maybe I would spray this on. But otherwise I would never make this like my scent of the day and like have it as my literally like scent of the day, because I'm not gonna spray a perfume every half an hour or 1 hour. That is crazy. That is absolutely crazy. So yeah, very very disappointed in this. And I'm also disappointed that this is my first this or that video and it's going so bad, because if I'm being honest, it's very hard for me to choose either of these, just basis of the fact that the longevity is pathetic, and this one, the longevity is better, but for how expensive this is, it's again very very hard for me to recommend this as well. So yeah, I don't know which one I would truly go for. Yeah, I was hoping to get like a longevity test out of this and then purchase a full bottle of this, if I'm being completely honest. That was the plan. I think I haven't mentioned it in one of my previous videos, but now I don't see this one being full bottle worthy at all. So yeah, that's a little disappointing. But any which ways, I hope you found this video helpful in any sort of way, honestly. And if you have any questions regarding the OG or the Scentz perfume version, let me know down below in the comments. I will definitely get back to you and reply to your question as soon as I can. And yeah, that's going to be it for this video. Thank you so much for watching, you guys. Until next time, bye bye.